Gung Hai Fat Choi, it's almost the Lunar New Year of the Jade Snake 2025. This is the video that you've been waiting for, friends, and at last it's rolling out. This is part 6, I believe, of 7 parts to getting ready for the Year of the Snake. So welcome. We're going to go through the flying stars Feng Shui for your home and go room by room. Here we go. So if you have already had a Feng Shui report done for your home, maybe you've done it yourself, maybe you're considering hiring someone like me with tons and tons of experience with clients worldwide that you would like to do that. And just so you know, my Feng Shui consultations come with 2 Bazi Chinese astrology readings as part of your consultation. Really awesome time to have this done. So welcome, my name is Lydia Griffith. This is the Feng Shui and Bazi Chinese astrology channel. On this channel, I often like to read the charts of famous people. I think it helps us to better understand our own lives and our own astrology. So welcome again. If this strikes interest for you, you don't know much about Feng Shui or Bazi Chinese astrology, hang out with us, subscribe, like, hit the bell so you can keep up. I will be going forward, be dropping videos on Mondays and Thursdays every week around 12:30 in Eastern time here on the United States. So, there's so much to unpack. This is a big reading, so stick with me till the end. And just so you know, there are breakout videos like I did ones that actually the next one coming out on Thursday, this should be coming out Monday, is one specific about the 3 afflictions. So you can go and see that one, go into more detail about what that is. But for today, what I want to do is just go around the Bagua wheel and help you to understand the way to best design your rooms. Now, it is tricky. Some houses have multiple directions sitting in a room. That is where having someone like me, a professional, Feng Shui consultant, can help you divine how to work with those energies. Sometimes, and the way that I look at Feng Shui and Bazi Chinese astrology is this is like acupuncture. So like for your Bazi astrology, it's acupuncture to your life and the way that we can make subtle shifts and changes to align ourselves for the success that we look for the health that we're looking for the love and all the things. And in a similar way in our homes, we can place things. So for instance, if you have a room where one part of the room is really afflicted, but the other part is really great, well, then you just spend more time in that other direction, right? But we can also place cures without doing a big redesign of the room. You can just put specific cures with intention, always, so that as you are placing the cure, you are just like with a acupuncture pin needle, you're activating with the color and the material to bring that star energy either alive or to absorb toxic chi or deflect the toxic chi, okay? And in this way, we are working with manipulating chi for the best outcome, always. All right, so just a little bit about me in case you don't know. I've been a traditional Chinese Bazi Chinese astrologer. I'm the master level with, and then I also am a Feng Shui consultant, traditional, using form school, which is your outside environment, and flying stars. Okay. Sorry, my brain is a little bit swimming. I've had a lot going on in my life during the holidays, and sometimes we're trying to work while our mind is in 50 different places. I'm sure you can relate. So anyway, we're doing the best we can here. You might also notice that the way that I do my videos, I do not edit them. These are you and me sitting down like you're on my front porch. We're having a cup of hot tea, and I'm just giving you this information from my heart, from me to you. I have so many clients worldwide. I have had the honor of going into your homes, either virtually or in real time. Clients that have been with me for almost 20 years. And it really is a great honor. And I always present things in a way that is very real, very authentic, and very personal. Just you and me hanging out, right? So here we go. We're going to start in the center of our homes. And this year is a little interesting because the 2-star, an Earth star, is coming in to the center, which is Earth. And the 2-star is so at home here, but this energy is going through a big transition from period 8 into period 9, which started in 2024. We are in a 20-year period ruled by the flying star 9, fire. And I have a whole video that I put out a year ago about what that means for the collective and for us individually. The 2-star traditionally has been in period 8, the last 20 years up until 2024, was very much a sickness star. And whenever the 2-star came around, we were all like, put up your cures, get out of that room, all the things. Now it's in transition. And while it's in transition, just like you and I in transition, when you're going through a huge upheaval, you need life to be simple. And you need to not be agitated. So we don't want to add fire, because the fire is going to fuel the Earth star, embolden her. We don't want to do that. She is in transition. You don't give rewards, right, before you've made the big change. So there are still astrologers out there calling this the yellow six star, and it really isn't anymore. It is in transition. What we want to do is coddle it. Just like, again, if you're going through a big change in your life, you want to amp up self-care. You want to nourish yourself. You don't want to put a lot of demands on you, and you also don't need a ton of help. Just leave me alone to go through this change, right? So that's what's happening in the center. Now, the center, obviously, for our period 9, and I am doing this year. It's funny how you could be doing something for 20 some years, and every year I still am innovating new ways of not only approaching this complicated information, but also how I'm sharing it. Because for me, if I'm going to share all of this with you, I want to make this as simple as humanly possible so that you can do it yourself. Or, again, if you want to hire me, I can walk you through this process in your home. And also, open concept houses, this is a hot mess. It's like you're in a fishbowl. And it's a tricky biscuit when you can't contain chi, and the chi is all swimming around. I sometimes wonder just how much, you still have to go back to just those acupuncture points of cures and colors. I'm looking forward to the days when the walls go back up and we have specific rooms for specific purposes. Anyway, so the 2-star with the period 9 star in the center, the 9 star is fire. And so again, that's a feeding, nourishing quality for the 2 stars. So there's a very big caution around our health. The risk of fire-related illnesses. That is everything about the heart. Also heartbreak, high blood pressure, stroke, relationship issues. All of that needs to be monitored. Every one of us. Every one of us. So keep this area calm. You're going to hear me say this a lot. It's like, just turn all of our homes into monasteries and temples in this coming year. That'll help. You sometimes really wonder. A bathroom here is going to drain energy. I would never, ever have a bathroom in the center of my home, or the boiler room, the room that has your water heater and your furnace. Never have those things in the center. And I could wax verbose about American home design. Yeah. All right. So, let's see, the 9 stars position here for period 9, coupled with the 2 star, can work to our advantage with wealth, fame, and success. That's why mindfulness with your Feng Shui is important, friends. Take note at the end of each month. What happened? What's going on in my life? Because I guarantee you can find the problem in your Feng Shui if you notice where your problems are stemming from. And again, a Feng Shui consultant like myself can sometimes help answer those questions. So the 2 star with the 9, one of the things I want to see us do in the center is weaken the 2 star. Why? Because that 9 star is emboldening it, and we want to get it calmed down. So we're going to distract it with metal so that the 2 star is busy nourishing that element instead of being emboldened and possibly turning into a sickness star, reverting back to its old pattern, its old behavior. So in the center, I would put a singing bowl or a round metal bowl. If you don't have a table there in the center, then I would hang a picture that is like a framed prayer or poem. And the colors are black, white, and gray. But I would add a little purple, a little note of purple somewhere in the center of your home to honor the 9 star. So again, the colors here are black, white, gray with a pop of purple and using the color metal. The link is below for the blog that I'm reading from so that you can see all the cures. And remember that I'm an affiliate on the Feng Shui Mall, the best place to get Feng Shui cures. And they're such high quality, beautiful cures. And I did not list all the cures that you could possibly use. I tend to go very simple. You don't need to break the bank with your cures, okay? But if you have I would say if you're going to invest in a really nice cure, use it for a room like your bedroom or the front entrance, or a room that really needs a special cure for the most advantageous reason, okay? If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. All right, so then we're going to come around to the southeast. Again, but last year we were at Southeast 1 with Dragon. This year we're over at Southeast 3, right on the edge of South, our happy snake. This is a weakening influence. The 1 water star sitting in the southeast. The water is being drained by all that wood, the wood of the southeast. And the period 9 star 8 here is an earth star, really does not find its home here. It's challenged. And the 1 water isn't helping either. So But when there is that competition, sometimes it works to our advantage, like in this situation. So the 8 and the 1 working together is good fortune. It can bring money luck. It can bring future wealth and promotions, success, helpful people, and good relationships. This is a great place if you're a teacher, a professor, if you are a student, or you need to have an office somewhere in your home. Remember that the Grand Duke, or the Tai Shui, is in 142.5 to 157.5 on your compass, the home of the snake. We never ever face the Tai Shui. We don't face the animal of the year. That is an affront. That is disrespect. Okay? That's like challenging authority. We can do that in other creative ways. So this is one of the 3 afflictions. This is a problem area if you are making a ton of noise here. This is, again, a fabulous place for good fortune, but only if you can keep it calm. And this means no big renovations. This is in my kitchen. Was just talking to someone who is going through a kitchen renovation that is a disaster. They don't even have a floor in their kitchen. It's been like 7 weeks. The contractor quit. All I could think is, this is why people need to hire a Feng Shui consultant before you do a renovation on your home, to find out the best timing to do such a renovation. Because, for instance, if that were in the Southeast, of course she's going to have problems with that renovation. She has stirred up the beehive. Nothing's going to go well. It is going to be a long, arduous journey to getting that kitchen finished. And at the end, was it worth it? I sure hope so. We don't face the Southeast. We do not drive towards the Southeast. Take note of that when you're leaving your home. The cure I always use are Piao beasts. This is P-I, second word, Y-A-O. The Piao beasts that I face into that specific southeast direction. And I also display a 2025 Tai Shui image or Grand Duke statue, prominently placed. And because it's the Southeast, embellish this. This is our honorary guest of the year. Treat this with honor. You know, especially with the Southeast, I would put some lovely plants here. This is the bay window in my kitchen. So it's like I'm going from this side, from the dragon year, to this side. You can even display a snake. You can put, beautiful flowers. This is where I keep all my orchids because it gets such beautiful sunlight. This is also the place with the 1 star, that is our future wealth star, to display a vision board representing everything you want to manifest in 2025. Be bold, be brave, be daring in what you want to manifest this year. It is a transformative year collectively for all of us, being a year of the snake. But again, don't disturb it. Keep it calm. Be respectful. The other thing I want to mention, that if this is a bedroom and you cannot sleep anywhere else, make sure your head when you're sleeping isn't pointed in the southeast direction. Make sure that if this is your front door, that you are opening and closing that door very carefully, or using an alternative entrance if at all possible. The colors here, I know it's odd because it's the Southeast, which is wood. We're going to use all shades of blue. Blue is going to help a lot here. You can also throw in a little black a little gray, and a little bit of metal. But also bring in those lush plants. Then, and I'm not mentioning the avoid colors. You can go to the blog to see that. I'm just going to highlight what you do want, okay? We go from there to the south. Oh my gracious, the south in 2024 was the biggest pain in my butt because that's my back door to my mudroom. I had so many issues. I even had a black snake. In the month of May this past year, 2024 May, I had a black snake pushing itself into my back door. The door was closed. It was going in through like the insulation around the door. Unreal. Thank God my daughter was there. She is such a nature kid. She literally grabbed this giant black snake and pulled it out from the door. It was probably like this far in. It was really crazy. And then she picked this thing up and threw it out into the field. I'm sure it was fine, but it was like, my God, what a literal thing to have happen in the direction of the snake, to have a snake in a snake month trying to break through the door. The messaging. Anyway, the South this year is very different. This year we have the 6 metal star, which is also, just like we had in this ending year 2024, the 7 star, this is metal, which is not welcome in the South. But the period 9 star for wood, the 4 star, which is a wood star, is a helpful thing here. Now, this is home of the horse, impacting those born in the year and more personally the day of the horse. And this is another year with the conflicted southern sector of the Bagua, because the 6 star controls the 4 star though. And again, when we have that competition, that control, it can work to our advantage for great wealth, status, fame, rise in power and success. Who knows where this little channel will go in 2025? I hope that we get it bigger and bigger because I really love sharing this information with you. Be mindful of mental health issues, especially if this is your bedroom. Especially if this is your bedroom. Seek professional help, friends. Reach out to your nearest, dearest friends if you ever are having a mental health crisis. And I know personally that when you are in that deep, dark place, it can be the hardest thing to do is reach out and say, I need support. So I encourage you to do that. Be mindful also of lung and large intestine illness. So cures that you can use in the South. Display 6 gold ingots on a round yellow plate. Add earth like citrine, amber, quartz, pottery. And if it's a main entrance, hang a black string of 6 Chinese coins from the door. Yellow bed linens, pillows, rugs, table linens, towels, flowers in your garden, art. These are our colors. That beautiful golden yellow. To motivate change in your career or to create opportunities for travel, take a red horse, Feng Shui horse, facing that door. So to mitigate and bring in a harmonious flow of qi, use the palette of brown, tan, cream, yellow, peach, and terracotta. All right, so now we're coming around to the Southwest. This is the most exalted place of 2025. I am really happy to say this is my bedroom, upstairs, my office here. It is the place of the queen of the home and the place of our romantic relationships. This is another pairing of an earth star being in an earth sector. Now, unlike the unfortunate 5 star in the Northeast, this is awesome having the 8 star in the Southwest. This can bring, and the period 9 star 6, this is amazing. This is great wealth and good fortune, but be mindful not to bring in too much earth, because that can cause stomach issues, digestive issues, immune system issues, and those areas need to be watched, just like in the Northeast and the center. There's a really good potential for wealth and good fortune. Identify where the Southwest is in your house and try to use that area as much as possible. That being said, be really aware that dirt, clutter, projects left, bags of things that are meant to go to the garage or whatever, make sure that that area going out into your yard, into your driveway, whatever, is clean. I mean, spotless clean. Nothing there. Keep it clean so that the energy, just like money, would you pick money up out of mud? No. Well, maybe if it's a $100 bill. But you know what I'm saying? You want this to be a clean container for welcoming in that wealth. I want that for us this year. So the cures, add earth like citrine, amber, quartz crystals, and pottery. Display a gold Buddha for money luck. Place 8 silk yellow flowers in an earthen vase in a prominent place. Create a love altar because, it really boggles my mind when I look around and see what other Feng Shui consultants are suggesting. The 4-star, friends, is no longer the energy for education, creativity, and romance. It is not. In fact, it is the place for divorce and infidelity in period 9. Do not put a love altar where the 4-star is anymore. It is now the 8-star. Because we've moved out of period 8, period 8 is now taking a step back. It is not as vibrant, but it is still a wonderful energy to work with. So create a love altar to usher in a new love, or to revitalize a current love, a current relationship. And how do we build a love altar? We hang 2 pink crystals or 2 heart crystals in the window. We put a pair of ducks and a favorite photo of a couple you admire, or you and your love, and maybe some little favorite mementos from your time together. The colors in the Southwest are yellow, tan, brown, rust, peach, cream. This is for everything: pillows, linens, rugs, art, all the things. Then we're going to come around to the 4-star. This is a wood star in the West. So that's not a good lineup because the West is metal. But we've got the 2 earth star for period 9 sitting here. This is a conflicted situation and requires mitigating with water, not actual moving water, but water colors. Be mindful of mental health, women fighting with each other, but it can be good for academic luck, popularity, but with a caution, digestive, spleen, and liver issues. So it is a mixed bag of possible outcomes to be really mindful of. And I would say, honestly, you know, as the first day of the first month of the new year is February 3rd, I would really take note on like March 1st. What happened in that first month of this year in the house, right? Like, if I can say, all right, these things have happened to me, let me go revisit how arrange the house for the year and see if I need to move that needle, right? Just like in acupuncture, do I need to move something? Do I need to eliminate something? Maybe I put too much earth. Maybe I went overboard. You don't need to do a whole bunch of cures and crystals, friends. Just one or two things can be enough. So even as I list all these cures, the idea is not to use all of them, but to maybe just use a few, one or two even, depending on the size of the room also. So for the 4-star in the west, I would suggest 4 stalks of lucky bamboo in a blue vase. Display a red happy hodi for harmony in your relationships. Use a brass pagoda for students or anyone who works in education if this is your office or study. The colors, again, are all the colors of blue. Blue, 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 blue. In the west and in the northwest, which is where we're headed next. This is the 3 wood star with period 9's 1 water star. Now that 1 water star from period 9 sitting in the northwest is a helper, a natural mitigator for the 3 wood star, which is fabulous. Love this. But remember that this is, the 3-star is kind of like a raging bitch star. It is the one that causes the fights. It's the one that's moody. It's the one that is going to have gossip and possibly robbery, loss of wealth, legal issues. She is nasty. This is a nasty, nasty energy. This is the Shui Po, the year breaker in Northwest 3, close to the north. That's the placement of the pig. So we want to keep this area quiet. No banging, no loud construction, no renovations inside or out. And I have seen several Feng Shui consultants recommend red here. I would not put red here. Not in design, at least. Maybe a red happy hodi to protect relationships, just like in the West. But I think that red as a design, like fabrics and colors, I think is dangerous. I really would not do that. It's competing with the period 9 1 water star here, and it's competing with the Northwest metal. And the idea that the red is to drain the wood star, I think I don't think that that's the right direction. So if this is a bedroom, place a Wooloo health gourd and a saltwater cure under the bed, the Wooloo health gourd on the bedside table. Try to sleep in a different room. If this is a front door and you cannot use it and there's no other option for an entrance, put up a convex bagua mirror and flank the front steps with gold foo dogs. This is for protection, okay? Do not disturb, again, no loud noises, construction, inside or out, and no moving water. Display a red happy hodi to secure your relationships, and avoid sitting here for long periods of time, making sure that you are not facing the southeast, but putting your back to the southeast. In that way, if you think about it, you're asking the snake to have your back this year, right? We come to the north. This is water, and the 7 metal star is visiting this year. And the period 9 5 earth here, this is a hot mess. The 7 star is compatible as a metal star, gives birth to water, but the 7 star is a fighter. This is big. This is like the broken soldier. It brings lawsuits, arguments that turn violent. Do not display any kind of weapon. Like if this is your kitchen, be really careful with burning yourself or with using sharp objects. Do not display guns or knives here. There is a greater chance for injury with sharp objects, surgery, arguments that turn violent, Gossip and slander. This is really tough, tough energy. Would not want to sleep here, would not want an office here, would not want to be using this as my main door. And since it is my main door, I will be using my back door in the south. Thank God that is better this year. The 5-star is greatly weakened in this position, and the metal of the visiting star further drowns out its negative influence. But that 5-star is feeding the 7. There is an interaction of the elements at play in the north that it's just not favorable. There's a real caution around lung and large intestine illnesses. These are metal organ issues. So again, be very cognizant of what happens in those first weeks of 2025. Again, the new year begins with the new moon, January 29th. Cures, we're going to put on a table a round metal bowl to absorb any toxic chi in the north. If this is a bedroom that you cannot get out of, Wulu health gourd on your bedside table, saltwater cure under the bed. Try to avoid this as a main entrance. If you have to, double check your security and safety. Do not disturb this area with loud noises and commotion. Again, this Northwest 3 is right next to the north. So you want to keep that whole area calm and quiet right into the northeast and around to the east and the southeast. I was saying in the 3 afflictions video that's coming out this week, Thursday, this whole area, it's got positive aspects for sure, but you're going to have to enjoy using these rooms of your home quietly. I would say in general, 2025, I would not recommend anyone doing a major renovation for their home. Okay, so I would definitely put a lush house plant in the north, but I would not have any running water. Do not disturb with loud commotion. So the number 1 cure we're using here is a round bowl for absorbing any negativity. Anything metal is helpful. And the colors that we're using are blue and white. We come around now to the northeast. This is another one of the most afflicted areas, for sure. The 5 earth with period 9's 3 wood here is really tricky because the 5-star being an earth star is at home here. And this is like such negative energy. This is not a place to use with any regularity, like an office, a bedroom, an entrance. Add metal to reduce the misfortune that brings illness, accidents, horrible, terrible events in your life. I don't want that for you or me. If this is a bedroom and you cannot sleep anywhere else, do the same practice of Wulu health gourd on the bedside table, saltwater cure under the bed. Avoid this as a main entrance. If you cannot find another way in your home, use double check security and safety. Use a bagua mirror to deflect the energy from coming at your house. Use Wulu health gourds. Do not disturb this area. Singing bowl. Again, a round metal bowl to absorb the toxic chi is welcome. You can also do a dragon-headed turtle, a brass one, but remember never to have it face you. Always turn it out so it is protecting you. Another option is to hang, and this is one I will certainly be doing, is hang a 6-rod metal wind chime outside, because the chiming of the bells, you can do this inside with a chiming clock. That chiming of bells dispels the energy, breaks it so that it's not as potent. The colors here are very zen: black, gray, white, and metal. Then the last one, we've come all the way around. Thank you for sticking with me. I know this was a long video. The 9 fire star, our exalted, most amazing wealth star for period 9 is in the East. The period 9 star for the East is the 7 metal star, which is in conflict here. And again, we have this competition of metal and fire, metal and wood, but the fire is nourished here by the East, which is a wood direction. So this adds good fortune to this sector of our home, especially for middle-aged women and the middle daughters in the family. They will have the best year, but this is also one of the afflicted areas. This is the Sansha, or the 3 killings, which reduces some of those good benefits. I would not add fire here because it could lead to heart issues, blood clots, mental health issues, head problems, migraines, things like that. In this star formation, the powerful fire of the 9 star smelts the metal of the 7 star, neutralizing it, bringing some measure of good fortune. I would say that it is an okay area, but the best for good fortune is by far the Southwest. So in a prominent place, put 9 purple silk flowers in a green vase to honor the 9 star. A couple of healthy plants that, like orchids. Outside, I would plant flowers that bloom, like lilacs, lavender, purple blooming flowers. Display amethyst crystals. And to appease the Sansha affliction, you can place a cure like a dragon-headed turtle. Again, remembering not to have it facing you. And again, Feng Shui Mall will have other options for cures. Feel free to reach out to me. You can find my email on the front page of this channel. Feel free to reach out and ask me questions. I would so love to help all of you as best I can to align your homes for 2025 for the best possible outcome. So just wrapping up the 9 star in the East, the colors here that we want to focus on are green, purple, the wood element, okay, for all your design. Go to the blog, check all of this out, and check in the description below for all the links to everything that are going to give you the information you need. Go shopping at Feng Shui Mall, have a blast. Feel free again to ask questions, ask me questions about the things that you're considering purchasing for specific cures. So anyway, I hope that this has been helpful. And I'm wishing us all an abundant, healthful, peaceful, harmonious 2025. It is a baptism of fire, my friends. There is no way around this. This year collectively is going to transform us. We will not be the same nation in the United States and in other countries around the world going through great transition. We will be changed by the time I sit here with you next year. And that is okay. It's okay. Change is needed for growth. So instead of going in with anxiety and fear, shift that mindset to one of curiosity and wonder. Be open, flexible, like the wonder of a child, like the Fool card in Tarot, beginning the hero's journey. This is a year to transform that which is no longer serving you in your life. It is a time to shed the skin of all that old energy, old patterns, old ways of being in your life, and ascend to a higher conscious way of living beyond the mundane of this weird world of news and social media dictating our thought patterns and how we navigate our lives, but become more involved in your communities. Get out, volunteer, participate. Be part of the rising movement to divine, really progressive, needed change in our world. And until next time, be well.